Everybody good? Oh, your sock looks so clean. How? How you clean it? How you wash it? Huh? New, huh? So nice to go out shopping like that. Huh? Okay. I was thinking. How many people left today? Huh? How many people left? Don't know? Shelby? No one left? How come it looks so empty over there? It's not? Okay. Something wrong with me? Yeah. Ah, it's funny. Just one second, okay? Before I put it on. Oh, it's all about dogs, huh? Don't forget it. Thank you. No need. I was thinking some sutra, but it's not. Excuse me, what? Yeah. Okay. There's one guy here, he's left. Oh, he's there. That's good. Every day I'm checking who is not there. This is for you. I don't have something for you today. Only 2 guys, and you didn't have. Just some symbol of love, okay? Not the same, of course. Vietnamese?
Taiwan.
Taiwan. Korea. Japan. Okay. Okay, very good. Any problem today? No. Always say no. No problem is the best problem. How are you? Everybody good? Feeling happy? Yes. 我有看到你水龙头都弄好了啊，大家有用吗？有。Everybody use it? Yes. Is it more convenient? Yes. Wow, wonderful. You need your mama. It's very simple. Why nobody think about that? Why everybody? Just one person think all the time. Here is not fair. The system is bad. One person have to think all the time. One person had to do shopping all the time. And one person has to deal with the government all the time. I mean, deal with the paperwork. It's not fair. What do you say? Is it fair? No. No. What shall we do about it? We make them work. They're sitting doing nothing all day. You cook twice a day, right? Still? How come I have only once a day food? Is it one meal or is it 2 meals together?
One meal because this afternoon I think, but I thought master one meal a day.
Okay, okay. One meal, but I pick which one I like. Never mind, it's good. I won't die.
Are you hungry?
No. No.
Sorry, master.
A lot of food already. Too much. I'm just worried that she gave you only once a day. Even 1 meal a day.
We were thinking, but we don't know what to do.
Don't know what to do? How cannot know what to do? You're a mother of 2. Yeah, you should take care of me like your baby. Then you know. It's okay. It's a lot of food. A lot of food already. I was just thinking, maybe afternoon better food. And I don't have anything. I just have the breakfast food. Yeah. Tomorrow?
2 meals a day, yeah?
2 meals a day? Not sure. No, I'm thinking. Maybe too noisy. Because normally you cook one time, you know. You bring there. Then I don't have to always expect people coming going into my place. Yes. So it's good enough. It's good enough. If I die, you know. It's easy to know when somebody die, right? No. Normally you sit there doing nothing. When a person dies, you just lay there doing nothing. It's similar. I have a good joke for you. You want a joke first or you want a story first? Yeah. Joke first. What kind of practitioner? Only one joke. Okay then. This is a very good joke. It sounds similar to... It sounds very similar. Some very similar to our situation at home, or if I can find it. Here. About gardening. About garden. All about garden. God and Saint Francis were having a conversation on the subject of lawn, you know, grass. You know, garden. And God, point, Frank. God, point, mean God is speaking, okay? God and 2 point. Frank mean Saint Francis. We call him Saint Francis, but God doesn't call anybody Saint Francis. Yeah? So God and Saint Francis. You know Saint Francis? Italy? Saint Francis of Assisi? He was a vegetarian, or maybe vegan even. At that time they don't use the word vegan, but probably was how you say, a vegetarian. At that time they probably drink some milk or eat some cheese. Yeah, okay. In any case, he's a animals protector, yeah, and lover, and he also he likes trees and stuff. Protect them, protect nature. So I guess in this conversation, Saint Francis already gone up, yeah. So God was talking to him. God say, Frank. Yeah, just like I said, John, Josh. You know all about gardens and nature. What in the world is going on down there in the Midwest or wherever? Yeah, in the world, yes. We don't say Midwest, so people might think we just pick on them, you know. So I say, what in the world is going on down there in the world? What happened to the dandelions, the violets, thistles and stuff, etc. I started eons ago. I had a perfect, no maintenance garden plan. Those plants grow in any type of soil, withstand drought, and multiply with abandon. The nectar from the long-lasting blossoms attracts butterflies, honeybees, and flocks of songbirds. I expected to see a vast garden of colors by now, but all I see are these green rectangles. So Saint Francis, ... point, yeah, 2 point. Oh dear God, it's the tribes that settle there, my Lord. The suburbanites. They started calling your flowers weeds, and went to great lengths to kill them and replace them with grass. Yeah, I'll tell you my story later, if you remind me, okay? Yeah. So God, 2 point, grass? But it's so boring. God said, yeah. It's not so colorful. Right? Not. Yeah. It doesn't attract butterflies, birds, and bees, only grubs and saltworms. It's temperamental with temperatures. Do these suburbanites really want all that grass growing there? So Saint Francis, boink, boink. Apparently so, my Lord. They go to great pains to grow it and keep it green. They begin each spring by fertilizing grass and poisoning any other plant that crops up in the lawn. That's correct, right?
Yeah.
That's what most people do.
Yes.
Yeah. God, boink, boink. The spring rains and warm weather probably make grass grow really fast. So that must make the suburbanites happy, huh? God asked. So Saint Francis, boink, boink. Apparently not, Lord. As soon as it grows a little, they cut it. Sometimes even twice a week. That is all true. Yeah, I always wonder what the humans are doing all the time. So God, point, point, yeah, 2 points. They cut it. Do they then bale it like hay? You know, tie it together, you know, or roll it, you know, like the hay after harvest. St. Francis, point, point, not exactly, Lord. Most of them rake it up and put it in bags. God, point, point, they bag it? Why? Why do they bag them? Is it a cash crop? Do they sell it? Poor God. This is all very strange to him. St. Francis, point, point. No, sir, no, sir. Just the opposite. They pay to throw it away. Yeah. More money, more work. Yeah. So God, point, point. Now let me get this straight. God is lost. God could not understand humans. So he said, now let me get this straight. They fertilize grass so it will grow, correct? Yeah. And then when it does grow, they cut it off, correct? And even pay to throw it away? St. Francis, point, point. Yes, sir. God, point, point. These suburbanites must be relieved in summer when we cut back on the rain and turn up the heat. That surely slows the growth and saves them a lot of work, no? So God is very, very compromising. Whatever, they're happy, okay, you see? He just didn't understand, but he said, okay, then in that case, in summer, they must be very happy. They don't have to cut and, you know, don't have to pay to take it away, etc. St. Francis answer, point, point. You aren't going to believe this, my Lord. When the grass stops growing so fast, they drag out hoses and pay more money for the water. so they can water it, so they can continue to mow it and pay to get rid of it as usual. God, point, point. What nonsense. At least they kept some of the trees. That was a sheer stroke of genius, if I do say it to myself, meaning he created trees and it was very good and he is proud of himself. The trees grow leaves in the spring to provide beauty and shade in the summer. In the autumn, they fall to the ground and form a natural blanket to keep moisture in the soil and protect the trees and bushes. Plus, as they rot, the leaves form compost to enhance the soil. It's a natural circle of life. St. Francis, point, point. You better sit down, dear Lord. He's going to have some news for God. That God better sit. Poor God. We are so sorry, my Lord. We ignorant was so sorry. Okay. The suburbanites have drawn a new circle. As soon as the leaves fall, they rake them into great piles and pay to have them hauled away too. Haul away. Right? Yeah, haul away. Haul away. Yes. God, point, point. No. What do they do to protect the shrub and the roots in the winter and to keep the soil moist and loose? They rake all the leaves away, so what happened, huh? St. Francis, point, point. After throwing away the leaves, they go out and buy something which they call mulch. They haul it home and spread it around in place of the leaves. More money, more work. Oh. God, point, point. And where do they get this mulch? Oh, St. Francis, point, point. They cut down the trees and grind them up to make the mulch, dear Lord. God, Point. Okay, enough. I don't want to think about this anymore. Saint Catherine, you are in charge of the arts. What movie have they scheduled for us tonight? God want to relax now. It's too much for him. He must watch the movies, to detend, to relax. So Saint Catherine, point. The film tonight is called Dump and Dumber. Dear Lord, it's a really stupid movie about point. God, oh, never mind. I think I just heard the whole story from San Francisco already. Poor God, can't even watch a movie even. It's too much. Yeah. You like the story?
Yes.
Okay, that's it, huh? What else? You just sit there?
What's the story? I want us to remind you about it.
The story. Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay. My story is similar, except that I wasn't God. And I wasn't talking to San Francis, but some of the SIêU Santos or Santas. Yes. In the former days, I had no house, not even cave. I just have a tent. We all had tents. Yeah, and then we just put up a tent on top of maybe a platform of wood or something, bamboos, or just on the ground. It depends on what kind of ground. So in the beginning, I told you already, the disciples keep growing. They chase me up from all the way down, up to the, from the mango tree, up all the way to the bamboo grove, and then to the International Garden, and then later to the Persimmon Garden. Yeah. And then later they chased me all the way up further. We bought another piece of land, and they call it, I forgot, there's a white flower everywhere, I forgot. Huh? By Hoa Liên, I know, English. There's a white flowers everywhere. I forgot the name. Huh? Daisy. Not Daisy. Daisy is like this, not on the tree. No. Never mind. I painted a picture with some trees of that type. Yeah. Okay. They use it nowadays to do some of the biofuel. They use the fruit of that tree. Never mind. Okay. The white flower garden. We just say that. Okay. They chased me all the way up there. And in the beginning, I was a little lower on the it's a garden, but it's also sloppy. Like most of the place in SIêU. In the beginning, we had only a few chickens over there, because the chicken from the ex-owner, farmer, Later we bought it. Yeah, it is private ground, a very small area. Up now that they make a treasure pavilion and all that. Yeah, and my cave behind that. Okay. Beginning, I was a lower flat, and then they chased me up again to a little bit higher. And then I put up the tent where it's a little bit slanted down like that. Almost near where the cave is. If from outside looking in, then it's on the left side of the cave at that time. At that time, it's also slanted down like this. And then many weeds are growing beautifully together with trees. It's just a perfect picture. I love it so much. Yeah. When I sit in a tent, I look out all these natural weeds, and they grow not too big. They don't obstruct my view. The trees grows big, yes, but the weeds and all that just slow, very low. Yeah, and some flowers, some not. But it's just the way it is. It's so perfect. I loved it so much. But I made a mistake. When I talked to the resident, I said, oh, I love my place, all these weeds growing in front of my tent. It's beautiful. Whenever I came back from lecture or something, I sit there, I feel so nice, so relaxed, right in front of my tent. The things grow naturally, beautiful. Okay, they take notes. They took note of that. The next lecture tour, I went. Some weeks, some months, or something later, I came back. No more weeds, nothing. They make it all flat. They dig the ground. They plant grass. Planted grass. Oh, I was beside myself with, you know what, right? With a tiger face. Oh, I cannot bear it. But what to do? It's too late. They destroy it already. You know, they dig the ground, make it flat here, flat there, and here like that. Originally, it was just sloping gently, you know. And all the weeds, even it doesn't flower, but the way it's arranged is so beautiful. I can't describe it to you. It's just beautiful. Naturally and beautiful. It's not overgrown, it's not wild, it's just so poetic. So poetic, so beautiful, together with the trees, you know, big trees, small weeds, small grass, little shrubs here and there. Oh, I couldn't wish for a better garden, right in front of my tent. And I told them that when I came back, they destroyed everything. They plant grass, you know, orderly, and some little flower here and there. Ah, and what a tiger face I had, but too late, you know, I can't say much. And up to now, I still have that picture in my mind, the perfection of nature. And I can only keep that in my heart. Yeah, I say, you don't live there. It's I who have to live there. Whatever, I like it, it's my place. Why don't you plant your place? You have your own cave. You plant it in front of your cave. You don't mess up with my cave. Just some egos. And I deal with ego all the time, ever since. All the time. Not just that, but before that, after that, and still now. Either ego or dumb or dumber. So I very much sympathize with our Lord God. I also couldn't understand, let alone God, you know. Oh, I say, oh, you cannot understand human. Even I, in a human form, I can't understand them. How about you? How would you? You know, this is the thing. Okay. Now we have another story. I say it's not so bad, but just to erase this memory. Oh. Oh, well, what's the story? This is a little bit mundane, so I choose some good one, okay? It's about a wedding. You know, a little girl attend a wedding for the first time in her life. A little girl. And then she was asking her mother, Mom, this side. Mom, they're taking my photo on this side, so I put on this. Whenever I thought you don't take photo. I have some trouble with throat. The little girl whispered to the mom, a mother, and said, Mom, how come the bride dressed in white? So mother say, yeah, because white is a color of happiness, and today is the happiest day of her life. You bet. That's the only happiest day of her life. I think. I think. After that is another story. We don't want to tell here. It's too long. Everybody knows already anyway, so it's boring to repeat. Okay. Right. So because today is the happiest day of her life, and white is the color of happiness. So the child thought about this for a while, for a moment, and then asked again, so why is the groom wearing black? I think the groom knew in advance. From now on, from that day on, prepare, Okay, it's so fun. But how come everybody knows? Everybody got married now. Why? Are your marriage happy? Mine was happy. Yeah, I don't mind marrying again. Yeah, because mine was very happy. Yours? No, sorry. No. Some? Yes? Not married? Okay. No, I don't mind to marry again with that husband, not with anybody else. I don't think it will be the same. Okay. The children. This is another story, okay? About children and God. The children were lined up in the cafeteria of a Catholic elementary school for lunch. At one end of the table, there was a large pile of apples, and the nun had posted a note on the apple tray saying, "Take one only."
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar, yes. "Take one only, God is watching." That's a note that she wrote. And then the children moving further along the lunch line, at the other end of the table was a large pile of chocolate chips cookies. So a little child had written a note or put on there and say, "Take all you want, God is watching the apples only." Children, cute, yeah. And a child, a little boy opened the big family Bible, was reading. He was fascinated as he, turning pages. Suddenly something fell out of the Bible. He picked it up and looked at it. What he saw was an old leaf that has been pressed in between the pages. "Mama, look what I found." So the mama said, "What have you got there?" He was very astonished and said, "Ma, I think it's Adam's underwear." Yeah. Possible, huh?
In the old day, that's what they use.
Yeah, no, not old days. In Adam's time, they don't use anything. Just one leaf to cover where, right? I got it. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking to let the three of them sit here. Because when they sit there, they don't see me at all. They hardly see me because they've been out all day. Come here, the three of you. The three pillars. Three pillars of the Zen.
We can see you actually, yeah?
You can?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You can sit on the bed. Three of you, if you want. It's okay? Really? Oh, I forgot the candy. Candy back on this side. Okay, there's another story. Saying grace before meals. You know what that means? It's like before you eat, you say, "Thank you, God, Buddha, Master, whatever," huh? So this is Sunday school. The teacher asked one of the kids, "Johnny, now, tell me frankly, do you say prayers before eating?" "No, sir." Little Johnny replies, "I don't have to." And the teacher was surprised. "But you should." "Why? Why not?" He said, "Oh, my mom is a very good cook." He don't have to pray for the meal tastes good. Okay, long story. Oh, maybe next time, huh? We cannot keep joke forever, no? We read our serious story. Because Buddha is watching. Okay. This is a story, not so scary anymore, okay? It's a good story. My God, Buddha reincarnation, huh? Many incarnations, a very scary story, huh? Such a scary and extraordinary sacrifice. According to Buddhism and the believer and tradition, when you read sutra and all that, you have to put on incense, flower, and bow to the sutra first and thank all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, all respectfully, before you read it, okay? And then you cover the sutra also with silk, beautiful cloth, and I just make it more popular, more easy, simple. I apologize to all the Buddha. I say if I done something wrong, according to the tradition, my heart is full of respect. It's just that I cannot always do that. So please, all the sin, whatever I've done wrong, is all on me. At least other people, they hear the names of the Buddha, according to the sutta, they will get benefit. Yes. Okay, this is a story about a monk called celestial jewelry. Yeah. First, I have heard one time the Buddha was in Save country in the garden of a charitable nobleman and the Prince Gida. In this city, there was a noble family, a nobleman. His wife had just given birth to a boy, which is very, very good looking. And in the middle of, while giving birth to this boy, suddenly from the sky, a lot of jewels raining down, like gold, silver, semi-precious stone, precious stone, all kind of stones, all kind of beautiful, tiger eyes and diamonds, all kind of precious stone rain down on the yard, full. The yard is full of jewels. Oh, everybody was so excited. The whole village people came to look and help them to pick up all the jewel. I hope they help to pick up the jewel. And everybody praised the parents for such a good, virtuous family that gave birth to a beautiful child and so meritorious. And they said to themselves, this is a rare, truly rare phenomenon. Since times immemorial, we never saw, probably never happened like this. So the parents was perplexed, and worry also, mixed feeling. He was thinking, what kind of omen is this? So they asked the astrologer and the clairvoyant to come to their house and check it out, the astrology of the newborn baby, whether or not he's a good person and whether or not they can make him into a good citizen. So the astrologer said, please bring the boy here, out. Yeah, so the wife brought the child out. He was checking, the clairvoyant, checking, looking, look. Oh, not too bad. And the astrologer said to the parents, noble sir, your son has many good signs of a good gentleman. Like his head is round. Is your head round? If not, just cover it, no problem. His head is round, his nose is straight. His ears is full. His forehead is square. Yeah. Mine too, huh? And then his foot, his feet and his hands are all full. Kind of very full. Thick and full. How can they tell it's just a baby, man? Oh, baby has really chubby hands and chubby feet, right? Yeah. Never mind. Okay. And he said this boy is going to be a benefactor to the country, to society, if he stay at home. If he become a monk, he will attain liberated level of consciousness. Yeah. So both of you have peace. Take good care of him. It will be okay. Yeah. Parents heard that. Oh, happy, happy, happy. Who wouldn't be, huh? So they asked him to choose a name for the boy. The clairvoyant astrologer said, because when he was born, there's so much jewel raining down from the sky. So we call him celestial jewels. Yeah? Jewels, yeah? Jewels. Okay, so the nobleman and family thank him a lot and give him a lot of reward. Okay. Just as the astrologer told them, the celestial jewel boy, yeah, when he's growing up, he was very intelligent, very talented. But nevertheless, he was very much interested in practicing kind of documents and doctrines, yes, like Dharma, meditation, Buddha teaching, etc. He preferred to do research into this kind of philosophical area. One day, he went to another city to visit one of the family clan member. And this person took him to pay obeisance to the Buddha. When he came, he saw everybody circumambulate the Buddha 3 times, and he also did the same. And then he sat down on one side. And then he looked at the Buddha. He saw him. He's so majestic, yeah, so dignified. Looked like no one on earth or heaven could compare to him in such a appearance, as a beautiful appearance. And then in his heart, suddenly he became very fond of the Buddha, very admiring. And then he just wanted to forget all the whole world and everything else, follow the Buddha's footsteps and become a Buddha. At that time, the Buddha was went up to the days, the high days, so that all the people can see him, of course, normally. And then he talked about the 12 affinity, yeah, and then about the transmigration, suffering, and all that. Yes. After he finished preaching, everybody prostrated to him and left. And the celestial jewel boy, after listening to the Buddha, he was so happy, his heart so open, so pleased. And then he already decided right there to follow the Buddha footstep, to be a monk with him. So as soon as he came home, he knelt in front of his parents and said to them, obeisance to both my beloved parents. to be able to attain a human birth is really, truly, very, very rare. But to see a living Buddha physically in this world is even much, much more rare. Yesterday, I had a chance to see the Buddha. And then I have heard him talking, preaching the Dharma, the truth, the precious truth Dharma. So I observed that only Buddhism, at that time, the Buddha's teaching is the best that can liberate you. No other preaching, no other teaching at this time could do thus. So please allow me to leave home. The parents saw that the boy has such a tendency for spiritual practice, was very pleased. They were very pleased. So he said yes. They say yes. If you would like to become a monk, renunciate, we are very pleased. So after getting the permission from the parents, he prostrated to them, and then he left and go find the Buddha. He went to see the Buddha, and he said he also prostrate now in front of the Buddha and say, obeisance to the World Honored One. Since times immemorial, we are transmigrating in the sea of suffering, birth and death and old age and a lot of pain and sorrow. No one has helped us. No one could have helped us. Now, the Buddha is like a ship, a boat, that come on time and rescue all of us. Today, I came here with all my utmost sincerity. Please accept me as your renunciate disciple, so that I can find the liberation in this lifetime. Please have mercy and accept me. Then the Buddha, of course, say, welcome Bhikkhu. Welcome monk. So now must be 1,258 or something. Not 50 anymore, huh? No. Maybe 60 something. We lost count now. They just count one by one like that. Make trouble for us to keep count. If they came all together, it would be easier for me. After the Buddha said that, his hair suddenly all fell off. So you are mind you, be careful. If you see the Buddha and if you don't want to be monk, don't go too near. Understand? Don't say anything. Because if you say you want to become disciples, he think you you want to be monks, and then your hair just naturally fall off like that. Then it won't grow back again. That is the thing. If the Buddha say that, if you shave with your knife, then it may grow back. But if the Buddha say, "Welcome, Bhikkhu," and your hair won't grow back. So be careful. If you see any Buddha, tell him first. Nowadays many live in Buddha, For example, many Tibetan monks, they say, live in Buddha, live in Tuku. For example, no? So if you go near any Tibetan Tuku, you would say, please, I like my hair. I want to keep it. Just in case, If you want to be a disciple from some of these Tibetan living Buddha reverends, you have to tell him first, I like to study with you. Please, sir, but I like to keep my hair. And my clothes I keep also. Because here, suddenly all his hair fell off to the ground, and then the clothes that he wore changed into chasa, mean the monk's robe. And from then on, he followed the Buddha everywhere, and because he already originally very intelligent, So it's not very long he attained Arhat. Oh, you are so good. How do you know? Magical power, huh? Normally I should give you one of this kind of lecture once a month is enough for you to have time to digest and to practice it, you know? But because of many other outside, so I read it all, okay? I read a lot every day. And slowly you go home, you have to check it out again, okay? Assimilate it and truly think about it, bring it into practice. Okay, now we make it fun and happy and joyful. But at home you should seriously consider each lesson, you know, as if the only one before you die. So you have to study it well, yeah? Really try to understand it and practice it, okay? Learning from the ancient practitioners and ancient Buddhas, their teaching is still so much valuable. Anytime, these teachings are timeless. Yes, the same with the teaching of Mahavira. Yes, you know, he teach people vegetarian, and same with Jesus. Yeah. Many mention about vegetarian. They edit it all in a later time, maybe. But the Mahavira teaching not. Yeah, in Hindu they don't cut it off. They don't edit it. But even then, Jesus' teaching has helped, you know, countless of beings since the time he appeared until now. After he went back to heaven, his teaching is still valuable, still helping a lot. Yeah. And the same with the great prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's just that it's not everybody studied well and practice it. That's all. And misunderstood or using his teaching for their own personal benefit. That's a different story. Understand? Okay, now. Yeah. So from now, after that, this celestial jewel never had to go back, transmigrating in this three world again. Liberated. Yeah. One day, when it's a little bit all relaxing and not too much work, Anand, would like to know this background of the celestial jewel. So I came in front of the Buddha and prostrate to him and say, obeisance to the world honored one. Please tell us what kind of good deed, that celestial jewel beat you saw in the former life, that now, when he first born, he's already have a lot of jewel raining down from the sky for him. And then whatever he like to eat, it will appear in front of him. He didn't even need to go shopping. How convenient! How convenient! So please, could you explain to us? You see, it's always Anand who asks, né? Yeah, and nobody else asks anything. Rarely. In other sutra, yes, you know, like maybe Manjushri or Sariputta, but rarely. Most of the time, just Anand who asks. Yeah. So I was wondering. But these are simple questions anyway. They're not very highly spiritual, so okay, he can do it. Because I was wondering if he know how to ask so good questions, and why was not he enlightened before the Buddha Nirvana? Understand? But I guess now this is a kind of similar, very simple story and simple question. It's easy to ask. So the Buddha told Anand, in the former period of life, of time, long time ago. There was a Buddha came to this world, Tibati, similar Buddha, yeah? Wow, that Buddha is famous. He came to rescue many souls. You cannot count how many. One day, many monks, the whole sangha came out into the village and city for alms, to beg for alms. A lot of people, they are vying with each other, or vying, with each other. I mean, they're trying to get first to offer, compete with each other, to make offering to the monks. At that time, there was a very poor person. He saw them doing that. He was very, very happy, glad that they do this, supporting mentally, with his pure heart and generous spirit, even though he was very poor. He would also like to earn some merit by offering to the Buddha and the Sangha, but he doesn't have any. What?
Possession.
Huh?
Only possession.
Yeah, he has no money, nothing. He has nothing. So, but he was so pleased or happy in his heart. He didn't know what to do. So then, reluctantly, he took a piece of stone. It looked like jewel, kind of, round and beautiful. Yeah. A handful of that. Those pebbles, sometimes they look beautiful, round and shining. Yeah. So he took a handful of that, and then he spread it, on the road where the Sangha is walking. Yeah. And then he left, but with all his sincere heart and respectful heart. And then at that time he said, again, he said, like everybody else before, please give me the blessing so that life after life I will have a long life and born in a noble and rich families. And then also have liberating way of practice, just like all of you reverends. It's always rich and famous first, and then liberating after. Yeah, and that's what he will get, I think. Anand, you should know, the poor person who make offering with the pebbles at that time, with all his heart, have faith in the three jewels, mean the Sangha, the Buddha, the Sangha, and the Dhamma. Yeah, have the utmost faith in the three jewels. Don't get confused with the jewel that he got now. Three jewels mean the Buddha, the Sangha, and the monks. Yeah, okay. They liken in the former time, people liken this is like jewels. You see, so three jewels. That means the three the three pillar of Buddhism. Yeah, the Buddha, the Sangha, and the Dhamma. Yeah. Because of that, 91 aeons passed. He has always derived a lot of rewards, always wherever he's born, always have peace and richness, and everything he needs, he always has. Yeah, and even nowadays he has good affinity enough to meet me and attain a heart, the liberation. Yes. So at that time, all the people in the assembly, hearing the Buddha first, they all aspire to make more offering. Yeah, and really appreciate the merit that any offering brings to them. Yeah. And then because of that, many people attain different levels of consciousness at that time. I guess he was not just saying that, but he gave initiation too. Just like whenever I give initiation. Different people see different light, different level, like that. Yeah, I don't just talk. Just afterward give initiation. That was before when I went around the world and do that. Yeah. Okay, so everybody happy, bow to the Buddha and get out. I mean, go home. Okay, huh? All right. Every day one story. Good enough. Sure. More or less 1 hour, huh? So bad. Okay. Any good question? Yeah, but you know, the story about the grass is familiar to me. Just if you live in a community or something, your grass has to be trimmed all the time. Even one time, I bought a trailer. You know, a trailer. We had 3-4 rooms in it. We made many teleconference in that trailer. So squeezy because room is very small, you know. Very small, and the living room in the front is too exposed, you know. So when I talk, people might hear. They see 2 big lights inside, so we have to squeeze in the back room. And the back room is normally used for dog. Some of the dogs. Well, they are everywhere anyway. But when I had to make conference, they all have to squeeze in the front. Well, there's another room, side room in front of the kitchen and the living room. And they all have to go in there, you know, in front of the kitchen, in that side room, and in the living room. And then we, 3 of us, squeezing in that small room, you know, the back is of the room, of the house. And the poor people, they could not even sit, you know, they could not even cross leg. There's no room, so they sit like this. The boys sit like this with their computer, with their... It's very cute. Yeah. I also sit in the corner, you know. I have the better place, you know. I have to be seen. A good excuse, yeah. And even then, we have just a kind of a square patch of grass in the front. Yeah, and some little flower bushes here and there. But even then, we're supposed to trim it. Yeah. If you don't, then the manager might kick you out. Meaning you can take your caravan, go somewhere else. Because the land belongs to them. Every year we have to pay, you know, the landlord money. The caravan belongs to me. But the land not, you see. In that caravan park, I think you cannot. Well, you can buy some, if it's private owned. But the caravan I had is not privately owned. The land is not privately owned. Even then, you, private or not, if you're in their big community of that park, trailer park, then you have to trim your grass. I saw my neighbor. I wasn't all that strict, but my neighbor, truly, I'm not making it up. He used scissors. He cut every day, just one little blade shoot up, he immediately go cut. Oh, well, his house is better than my house. It was like a wooden kind of ready-made house. Yeah, white and clean. My house is so old. I bought it from an old lady because that's the only one that I knew at that time for sale. Only 13,000. It's not much. And immediately move in, you know. Yeah. So we were happy. I was happy to have a place. Otherwise, how do we do all these conferences? The time is kind of pressing, you know, pressing. I was so happy to get it. I don't live there anymore. It's all sold now. Yeah. It's a colder country, you know. It was in Belgium. Yeah. But in winter it's beautiful. It's near the beach, though. Near. You can walk about 1 kilometer from the beach. I go with my bicycle. I went with my bicycle at that time. Even then, just a patch of grass, not even 1 square meter, just rectangular, just like that. And then he trimmed it. Oh, and then he saw my dog Harley. You know, after he pee, he scratched grass trying to cover up. I said, "What is he doing? Look at what he's doing!" Like, wow. I said, "I'm sorry," like a big crime, you know. So I'm sorry, my dog. I adopted him. I can't teach him very well. I adopted him when he's too old already. It's very difficult to teach him. Please forgive us. I will cover it back. And tomorrow he dig it up again, and he said, "What he's doing again?" Every day until the neighbors fed up. So he looked the other side, and the dog also looked the other side. Don't care no more. Every time I see the neighbor come out, I humbly try to cover it, you know, and I guess he feels satisfied that I really am scared, you know, that I'm scared of him, and I do this humbly, you know. So he feels not too bad, but if you argue with him, then it would be worse, you know. He might report to the manager or something, yeah. So he feels good that I confess my sin and that I beg for my dog's mercy, you know, and then he's happy. You know, they were good neighbors. And then I cook curry and all that and bring over to make offering. So, and when I bake some cakes or something, I buy some vegan chocolate and make offering, you know, to the Buddha next door. Then we had very peaceful neighborhood. Not just him, but around the neighbors, eating my cakes, and they're all very peaceful. Lovely, lovely, yeah. It's just that over there I cannot have all of you like this. Surely not. Yeah? Yes. But at least life was peaceful. Yeah. Peaceful, peaceful. Talking about grass. Yeah. We humans do many nonsensical things, huh? Work a lot for nothing. Yeah. But you have to. It's a law. Yeah, because if you don't cut your grass, then may somebody report and put you in jail even. Yes, it happened. There was, I looked on TV long time ago, there was one lady, she's too old. She didn't cut the grass in front of her house or around her house. And the neighbor kept warning her, and then she couldn't do it. She's alone and old, you know. So they reported to the police, and the police really came and put her in jail. Imagine that. Really? And then when he came, but all the kids in the neighborhood, you know, feeling sorry for the lady, so they came there and moaned and groaned for her. So when she came back, oh, it's a happy house, you know. So that after that, the police saw that the grass is mown and clean, tidy, so they let her come home, and she came home to a well manicured grass. Yeah. My God, imagine. God, do you understand? It's a serious thing. Yeah, it's serious. Whew. Lucky we don't live there, huh? Because my grass are not all that trim, you know. I mean, we trim now and then when the residents feel like to do it. I send them, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, sometimes they cut a patch here, a patch there, look even worse. but you know, at least they don't put me in jail. Oh yeah, what a word, huh? For a piece of grassy garden, you go to jail. It's true, the story, true story.
In Germany, it's so much.
Germany also?
Even if that's our old garden or old home,
yeah.
No? If we don't trim the grass and don't trim the trees, and the neighbor get angry.
Yeah, yeah.
They look all the time.
Yeah.
This is so.
I know.
Yeah.
Some places like that. When I was in Germany, the grass always mown, so it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Just that a lot of work, huh? It's nice to have grass, but this is too serious, no? Yeah. Because in such a community, you cannot just have your garden with wheat growing, with different kind of flowers, all that. When I was in San Jose, I own a mountain, a little mountain. And we never had to mow the grass, you know, and all kind of beautiful flowers, wildflower, you know, with even orchid, land orchid. Oh, beautiful. And all kind, I don't know what name, different colors, beautiful. And I always walk around and look, and my heart feels so good, so good. But the neighbors make so much trouble, don't let us pass through and all that. So later I had to sell it. Again, I still remember that place. I love it. That's almost the only mountain that still has tree. Many other mountains are all, you know, nude. They cut it or it's dead. I don't know why. Yeah, my mountain has a big tree. You know, eucalyptus or all different kind of tree. When I was there, we just use a dry wood to barbecue, you know, to cook every day with that. And we have some caravan and we just live happily. But at that time I was very busy. I always had to go here and there to do lecture. So my time there is always short, and always too short. Always too short. I love that place. I love that time. Just a handful of residents, you know, monks and nuns, and we cook homemade stuff, and beautiful. And every day we sit around the fire. And we eat our food, and we talk, and we laugh, and it was really beautiful. It's like heaven to me. Yeah, very difficult to find such a place again. That mountain is truly untouched. So the wheat, they grow so beautifully, as if some best garden in the world has done it. But I guess nobody can do as good. They just grow so naturally, so beautiful, and not messy and not overgrown. And it's just beautiful. Yeah. I don't have good luck. I really never wanted to leave that place, but I was an American. I don't have visa to stay long, number one. Number two, I had to go lecture everywhere. Every time I left that place, I feel like I left a piece of my heart there. Because it was so beautiful and quiet. Yes. And the neighbor wanted to, if one piece, we have to buy their land and their house down there. But I didn't have that much money at that time. I have to use it to buy another piece of land for the disciples in San Jose also, but the other one, you know. And then also I have neighbors' problem with horse and with water and all kind of, and I still have now. No more? Better now? I say, don't bother me. Go see the lawyer. Oh, what happened? They buy it? They bought the land?
No, wait, no.
No?
Just as it is, but it's just better.
Ignore it, huh? Better. Okay, good. I cannot keep buying land and then solving problem for you year after year, time after time. Oh, I'm really tired. I'm getting old now. Look at all my wrinkles. I don't see much because of the good light. Okay, now you know everything. Somebody leaving tomorrow? I see the cakes. Huh? No? Okay. Then the cake you can eat. Look. If you're hungry.
Should we serve you some sweet? Chè có xong.
Có chè hả?
Dạ con nấu 10 phút, 15 phút rồi xong.
No, I don't like sweet.
Do you like sweet?
No.
Bread hay là mì với chả lụa?
Oh no, it takes too long to cook.
Oh, no. 10 minutes.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you. I can eat anything. I was just joking.
Mà cho nó vui.
No.
Cho vui mấy người xong. Làm cho phụ ăn cho vui.
No, it's okay. No. Because I'm getting fat too. I'm getting fat here only. If I'm fat all over, then it's not bad. But I'm fat just here. I feel it. It's a big difference from when I was in a mountain. You don't know it. I know. Okay? No matter what you say, I know. I cannot believe you because I know. Yeah. In the mountain, I don't cook a lot. I don't cook good, and so I wasn't that fat. And I feel light, you know. And now I feel like I'm walking like, India. And now I feel something. I'm carrying something. So if one day, 2 days, I was thinking maybe 1 week you cook, but every 2 days a week is good enough. I eat anything with them. Otherwise they're jealous. They think, oh, eat something good.
We sit and sleep and eat 2 meals a day. And you have to work and only 1 meal a day.
Good enough. God, what kind of meal? You know, 1 meal, but what kind? Very. Sometimes you cook a lot with the fry and stuff, and then it adds on very quickly.
And we buy something for you to exercise. You work any
Crazy, you know? You have to go shopping, cooking, eat a lot, and then have to buy something else. Like the story of the grass. God, help!
Good for your teeth.
How about not cooking the fried stuff anymore?
No, I also taste good. Tastes good, that's a problem.
Just smaller portion.
I don't know. What did you eat today for dinner? Was it good?
Yes.
Same like yesterday? Because the morning is same like yesterday. Huh? Similar like yesterday. Yeah. Except the salad sauce today, she put some oil in it. Normally she says she don't put oil in anything. Yeah, a little bit okay, but not too much. It's okay also. Yeah. I don't know because I don't know. The Vietnamese food is so compatible to me, you know. So I like it a lot, and I eat a lot. And okay. All right then. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you for your love. Okay. Tomorrow is no problem.